The Galactic Assembly was a spectacle of grandeur, an amphitheater of countless species, each representing civilizations that had conquered the stars. At the center stood a human, Ambassador Elias Vance, the first of his kind to address the council. He stood alone, surrounded by towering figures of reptilian warlords, crystalline intellects, and cybernetic hive minds. Laughter echoed through the chamber. Not quiet chuckles, outright, mocking amusement. The Zyphar Dominion's ambassador, a towering reptilian covered in obsidian scales, sneered. A species still shackled to the limitations of flesh. You rely on crude combustion to leave your atmosphere. Your bodies break with age, your lifespans pitifully short. The T-RAC Consortium, beings of synthetic perfection, chimed in. No neural uplinks, no biocybernetic fusion. You are prisoners of your own biological failings, unable to transcend. The Viralshi Ascendancy, beings of pure psionic energy, dismissed him without a glance. You are ruled by emotion. Chaos and war define your history. A species incapable of harmony is a species doomed to self-destruction. A holographic display flickered to life. Images of human wars, genocide, pollution-ravaged landscapes all compiled to make a single point. The Viralshi spoke again. You were invited out of curiosity. Now we see what you truly are. A mistake. A species with no future. The chamber erupted once more in laughter, echoing through the halls like rolling thunder. It wasn't just condescension, it was dismissal, a collective agreement that humanity was nothing more than an amusing footnote in galactic history. Elias Vance did not flinch. He did not look away. He simply exhaled, adjusted the cuffs of his uniform, and stepped forward. The laughter began to die, confusion settling into the air. Then he spoke. You find our history amusing. I find it remarkable. The room quieted. Vance's voice was steady, unshaken. You mock our wars, our conflicts, our struggles. Yet you fail to see what they mean. Every scar, every disaster, every hardship, we survived them all. And we did more than survive. We adapted. We evolved. He took a step forward, eyes scanning the assembly. The Black Death wiped out a third of Europe. It should have collapsed civilization. Instead, it ignited the Renaissance. The world wars pushed us to the brink of annihilation. But from their ashes, we built alliances, technologies, and a drive to ensure we never repeated our mistakes. The Cold War had us on the edge of nuclear extinction, yet it sent us to the stars. A murmur rippled through the council. Some of the more ancient species, stagnant for millennia, shifted uncomfortably. Vance continued. You see conflict and chaos. I see the crucible in which we were forged. We are not a species that waits for the universe to grant us perfection. We carve it out with our own hands. He locked eyes with the Zyphar ambassador, the reptilian who had mocked human frailty. You call our bodies weak. Maybe they are. But we did not let nature dictate our limits. We built armor to protect us, medicine to heal us, machines to carry us beyond what our bodies could endure. Where others see limits, we see challenges. The laughter had stopped. In its place was silence, not the kind of silence that comes from boredom, but the kind that signals something unexpected. Something unsettling. We were never given an easy path. So we became something no other species here understands. We became relentless. You call us fragile, yet we are the only ones who refused to accept nature's rules. Vance's voice carried through the silent chamber. We were born without fangs, without claws, without armor. The weakest among predators. And yet, we became the deadliest. We did not run from the cold, we conquered fire. We did not accept the pull of gravity, we broke free of our world. We did not fear the depths of the ocean, we built machines to take us where no life should exist. His gaze moved across the assembly. You measure strength in the perfection of your forms. We measure it in our ability to defy them. He gestured toward the holographic display still frozen in the air. You showed our wars as proof of our failures. But you missed the part where we rebuilt. You showed our disasters, but not how we endured. You see destruction, we see progress. A pause. Then, a quiet challenge. When was the last time your civilizations did something impossible? The room tensed. Some of the council members, those from ancient and advanced empires, exchanged glances. How long had it been since they had pushed beyond their limits? Since they had been forced to fight for their place in the stars? Vance pressed on. We should not have reached space as fast as we did. We should not have split the atom, or created machines that think, or connected our entire world with nothing but pulses of energy. But we did. Not because it was easy. Because it was impossible. A single beat of silence. Then. That is the difference between humanity and the rest of you. You have reached the peak of what your species can be. We have no peak. You call us reckless. You call us chaotic. You think that makes us weak. Vance let the words hang, his expression unreadable. But it's not weakness. It's why we're still here. When the universe has tried to break us, we've stood back up. Every single time. He turned to the Virelshi, the psionic beings who had dismissed humanity as creatures of emotion. You say we are ruled by feeling. You're right. We feel loss, pain, fear. And yet, we push forward. Not because we are fearless, but because we refuse to let fear stop us. To the Tirak, the cybernetic minds who had called humanity primitive. You rely on efficiency, optimization, control. But tell me what happens when something truly unknown appears. When the rules you've built your civilizations on fail you? Then, finally, to the Zyphar Dominion, who had laughed the loudest. You think power comes from strength alone. Yet the strongest empires in our history crumbled, while the ideas of the weak endured. Power fades. But will? Vance let the silence stretch before delivering the final blow. Laugh if you want. Underestimate us if you must. But one day, when you face something that defies your logic, your technology, your strength, when you stand on the brink, staring into the impossible, you will call for us. He stepped back. No laughter came this time. No ridicule. Only silence, deep and unsettled. The council's ruling came moments later. Humanity was granted its seat. The decision wasn't made out of kindness. It wasn't made out of respect. It was made out of fear.